Tonight we continue our visit to Mass MoCA, the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art in North Adams. In this edition of Life with Monte, Monte Belmonte takes us to Mass MoCA's new Building Number 6 to check out some unique musical instruments with curator Mark Stewart.
We're here at Building 6, part of the doubling of Mass MoCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art in North Adams. Sunday, May 28th at noon, it opens up. It's glorious, and there are artists from all over the country who have new exhibitions here, but there's one artist in particular who is being highlighted musically, also putting punctuation to the fact that this is a great performance art space as well. And Mark Stewart, you're the man behind curating this exhibit. You have a stellar musical pedigree yourself, but talk to me about whose art you're showcasing and bringing to the expansion of Mass MoCA here.
Well, this is the work of Gunnar Schoenbeck, and Gunnar Schoenbeck taught for many years, 5 decades, more than 5 decades at Bennington, and in that time he and his students created this remarkable collection of sound makers and musical instruments. He said music is for everyone, and that everything has its sound. You just have to figure out how to bring it out.
Yeah.
So you spoke of musical pedigree. I think this collection deconstructs the idea of a pedigree and reconnects people with their birthright as sound makers and as musicians. And that was Gunnar's great legacy, was showing everyone that they were indeed a musician. So in this exhibit, the signs will say, please, touch the exhibit.
Which is great.
Yeah,
It does not happen at very many museums.
No, it's very rare. And so these instruments will once again be played by everyone who visits them.
Talk a little bit about the materials that have been used here. What kind of sounds are being created?
Well, what we're doing is we're restoring all the instruments that were still alive, that were still in existence, that Gunnar had made over those 5 decades. So there's everything. Right behind us is the harp from an upright piano that was harvested and placed atop a rolling table. And the whole idea is that everyone reaches inside and plays the strings themselves.
Or get a bucket of ping pong balls.
Absolutely. Ping pong balls is a great idea. That's the idea, is the creative approach to things that you may recognize or not recognize. People might not even know that's inside a piano, but now they actually get to dive in, and that's the sandbox they get to play in. Behind there are giant towers with a single bar, and you strike it with a large mallet, and your friend peers into the box and hears the resonant frequency, experiencing resonance in a new way. And I'm looking, it looks like giant vibraphones or some sort of xylophones that are being put together. These are just made out of normal, everyday items? That's right. Behind me is a 2x4 xylophone. It's made out of 2x4s.
Just regular ones that you might have lying around in your garage.
That's right. He did do some rather exceptional cutting and carving to get the tones just the way he wanted, but they're 2x4s. And I think that on the car ride home from Mass MoCA, the kids in the back might say, "Dad, can you make us a xylophone like that?" And Dad would go, "Yeah!" So I mean, that's the idea, is that not only is the playing of these instruments accessible and for everyone, but the instruments themselves. What is an instrument? People start to realize, I'm surrounded by materials that could be put together to make a really satisfying musical instrument.
And when Schoenbeck was at Bennington, this used to be part of a big kind of community gathering, these instruments, and that's why it's interesting that it's here at the museum.
That's right. He used to put ads in the paper that said, "Want to be in an orchestra concert? No experience required. Bring a bag lunch to so-and-so place and bring, and he would, if you came, even if you were terrified, he'd give you one task. And when he, and you'd do that task, and the next time you'd be ready for 2 tasks.
Yeah.
And after a while, everyone was part of the band. So that was really his whole thing, and we want to recreate that and just see it sail on.
You can come and be part of the band here at Mass MoCA and the expansion in Building 6 in the Schoenbeck exhibit starting on Sunday, May 28th.